Hello, 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 and welcome back to my channel and the videos. So if you guys are new here, welcome. If you guys aren't new here and you've been paying attention, you may have realized that my content, or just basically my lifestyle, has changed dramatically over the past couple of months. I would say a little bit less than a year. I went from smaller set DIYs, which I still totally do, and makeup tutorials and such like that, to literal demos and renos of the places around me, whether that be stairs, or in today's video is going to be an entire wall. Think less flipping a house and more turning it into the place it's meant to be, one room at a time, while simultaneously gathering skills under my belt. Enjoy this game of Pictionary. I play with my dad to determine exactly what head that this screw is. Yeah, it's this guy. The crossover. They say teamwork makes the dream work, and by they I mean me. Every single time I do a project with my father. I am so sorry to him. I apologize profusely. I'm gonna continue on by saying that I don't know if you guys would rather have just a really quiet time-lapse or actually hear my voice during this. If you do want to, just see a time-lapse of this all, rather than a gradual step-by-step, my unarithmetic ass will be giving you both going forward, and if you do only want the time-lapse, here's your chance to mute me. Now, taking a little look at this wall, it was very obvious that it had been put in by the previous owners strictly to be able to add another bedroom onto the selling price, because it was very well put in, but it was very awkwardly put in. It was definitely not meant to last in the regard of it only had maybe like 2 or 3 nails holding in each piece, so if anybody wanted to take it down, they could easily take it down, but it's still sold as another bedroom to add to the market. So for the plan of attack, we put down all of these blankets, which are literally just sheets, so that anything that wasn't super easy to move could be protected. Continuing on though, we did take most, if not pretty much everything else that was easy to move out of the room, so none of the falling debris or anything like that would hit it. And then we continued on with dismantling. We started by removing the trim alongside the door frame, and then continued on with all of the drywall with a crowbar. As you can see, this was my first time, not so much theirs. As this wall wasn't built with the house, it was just an addition later on. I took an X-Acto knife and went between the walls that we were taking down and the wall that we were keeping to give it a little bit more leniency to be pulled away with the crowbar and my sheer strength. In the walls we did find some insulation, which was actually in really good condition, so we decided to put that aside to keep it for another potential project, as well as the wood pieces / framing in between. And every so often being sure to do some integral cleaning, just to keep the place as spotless as possible given the fact that we were taking down an entire wall. Because this wall was as tall as it was, basically like a human and a half of me, we ended up taking the bigger pieces down, putting them on their side. So it's on its side as in hot dog style, but cut down as if hamburger style, I guess-ish. And once cut down halfway, it was a lot easier to break and then bring outside. I then lost track of time for probably way too long, taking all of the screws and nails out of each of the pieces of wood, both to take the structure down and to make each piece salvageable so we could use it in any other cases that we might need it. Because you really never want to pick up a piece of wood and find yourself getting stabbed by something that you never knew was there. On the off chance that it would take more than just patience and brute force to take a nail or a screw out, we would just use a multi-tool to straight up cut through the wood and just take it off like that. And lastly, taking the last bit of spackle and silicone off the walls to prep them for either wallpaper or paint in the nearby future. Though I will say they were definitely close-knit with some beautiful wallpaper already.
ceiling better than it comes off the walls. Yeah, that's for sure. Look at that. Nice. Just a little bit of hole filling. Well, you had mentioned your...
When you're too short to reach the ceiling and family just chills there and watches.
Nice.
And now it's the final cleanup, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, where everything gets swept up, all of the sheets get shaken into the garbage. I would definitely recommend regular sheets over fitted sheets because, well...
It out and shaking it, then all the stuff comes out into the contractor sheet. But it doesn't work with a fitted sheet because it's like...
And once cleanup was done, it's time to start moving shit around. And cleaning the floors, of course. Taking it from being 2 different rooms to 1 room. Doing what can only be referred to as really terrible salsa dancing, if that, I guess, with a very non-willing partner. The vacuum. I'm not here to tell you that this was supposed to happen at all, but it definitely happened longer than it was supposed to, if it was supposed to happen at all. We made sure to wipe down everything with a little bit of pine sol, and then put everything away that we didn't want in the room, and bring everything in that we did want in the room. And because the perimeter of the door was also made out of wood, I made sure to pine sol that, and Windex in between, which are going to be the windows. So let's take it back to what it looked like before. It definitely didn't look bad, but it definitely looked like it didn't belong there, and it had something that almost seemed like a door had been there at some point. Being an addition in itself, it wasn't supposed to be there to begin with, and it just didn't go anymore, and it's not what we wanted. So this is it now. Bringing that one wall down brought so much light into this room, and although this is not the complete finished product, as you can tell, it's definitely a lot better than it was before, just by taking a simple wall down and marrying the 2 rooms together. But that is it for today's video, and I do hope you guys enjoy, and I hope this was fun for you to watch, even if you watched it on mute and you don't currently hear it right now.